A very good morning, children. Let's continue with our chapter numbers up to 1000 in maths. So hope you all have done the exercises that was mentioned in our previous class. Let's move on to today's topic. Today we are going to learn about number combinations. Now look at this number 659. Using the digits 659, we have to make the possible 3-digit number combinations. So how can we make this? So we have 659. Using these 3 digits, we have to make a 3-digit number. So first, let's take the number 6 in the hundreds place. So writing then 6 in the hundreds place, and then we have 59. So we can write 59 and we get the number 659. Again, let's take the number 6 in the hundreds place and we can rearrange these numbers. We can write it as 95. So we get the number 659 and 695 using the number 6 in the hundreds place. Now we can take 5 in the hundreds place. When we take 5 in the hundreds place, we can write it as 569. And also we will be getting one more number, 596. So using the number 5 in the hundreds place, we get 2 3-digit numbers. Now let's take the number 9 in the hundreds column. So when we take the 9 in the hundreds column, we can write it as 956 and 965. So these all possible numbers we can get using these 3 digits 659. Write all possible 3-digit number combination using the digits 3, 4, 6. Using the digits 3, 4, 6, we have to make the maximum number of number combinations. First, let's take the number 3 in the hundreds place. So taking 3 in the hundreds place, we get 346. And also we can write 364. So these two numbers you can get using 3 in the hundreds place. Now let's take 4 in the hundreds place. When you take the number 4 in the hundreds place, you can write it as 436 and 463. One more number is left. We have to take 6 in the hundreds column. So when we take 6 in the hundreds column, we can write it as 634 and also 643. So using these 3 digits, we can make the number possible combinations like 346, 364, 436, 464 and 634, 643. Write all possible 3-digit number combinations using the digits 509. So we have 509. Let's take the number 5 in the hundreds place. So when we take 5 in the hundreds place, we can write 509. We can also write 590. Next, let's take the number 9 in the hundreds place. When we take 9 in the hundreds place, we can write it as 905. So we get the number 905. We can also write 950. We have 3 digits 509, but we cannot take the number 0 in the hundreds place. When we take the number 0 in the hundreds place, we get 059. When 0 comes in the left position, that is in the first place, 0 doesn't have any value. So it becomes a 2-digit number, but we have to make a 3-digit number. So when such a number comes, so when 0 is given, we get a 2-digit number, that is 59, but we have to make a 3-digit number. So when 0 is given, using 0 in the hundreds place, we are not able to make a 3-digit number. So we can say in these numbers 509 and 590 with 5 in the hundreds place, and 905 and 950, 9 in the hundreds place. So which is the smallest number? The smallest number is 509 and the greatest number is 950. So, in your text, Practice Coach, page number 90, write all possible 3-digit numbers with the given digits and arrange them in ascending and descending order. So, first what we have to do, we have been given 3 digits. First, we have to write all the possible number combinations, that is 3-digit number combinations. After finding it out, we have to arrange those numbers in the ascending order and descending order. So, let's look at the first question. Question A, 7, 4, 8. Using these 3 digits, we have to make the possible number combinations. So, let's have a look at it. 7, 4, 8. Using the number 7 in the hundreds place, we can write 748 and 784. Next, let's take the number 4 in the hundreds place. We can write it as 478 and 487. Last digit 8, we can write 8 in the hundreds place. Using that, we can make 847 and 874. So, these are the possible number combinations using these 3 digits. Now, what we have to do? We have to arrange it in the ascending order and descending order. So, we got all these numbers. Now, let's arrange it in the ascending order. So, when arranging in the ascending order, which number has to come first? The smallest number has to come first. So, let's look at here. We have 748, 784, 478, 487, 847, 874. So, we have in this number 7 in the hundreds place in these 2 numbers. In these 2 numbers, we have 478 and 487. We have 4 in the hundreds place. In the numbers 847 and 874, we have 8 in the hundreds place. So, which is the smallest? 4 is the hundreds place. So, 400 is the smallest number and we have 2 numbers with 400. So, what we have to do? We need to check the second place. We have 78 and 87. So, which is smallest? 78 or 87? 78 is smallest. So, 478 is the smallest among these numbers. So, we can write 478 and then 487. Next, we have 700 and 800. So, 700 is the smallest. So, in this 748, 784. 748 is the smallest. So, then we can write it after this. 748, 784. Then we have 2 numbers left, 847, 874. So, which is the smallest among this? 847. And then the last number comes 874. So, now we have arranged these numbers in the ascending order. We should arrange these numbers again in the descending order. So, for arranging in the descending order, the biggest number has to come first. So, in this 748, 784, 478, 487, 847, 874, which is the largest number? The 2 numbers which we have with 800 are the largest. So, among these, which is the largest one? 847 or 874? 874 is the largest one. So, that we can write first 874. Then comes 847. Next, we have numbers with 700 and 400. So, 700 is the next largest to the 800. So, we can take these 2 numbers 748, 784. So, 784 is the next largest number. Then we can write 748. Now, we have 2 numbers remaining 478, 487. Among this 478 and 487, the largest one is 487. So, 487 and the last number 478. So, now these numbers are arranged in the descending order. So, write these questions in your notebook, find out the possible number combinations and then arrange it in the ascending order and descending order. Page number 91. You have the question, Write the smallest and greatest 3-digit numbers using the given digits. So, digits have been given. We have to write the greatest number and the smallest number. So, first we have to find out the possible number combinations, and from that we have to find out the smallest number and greatest number. So, you can take down the question in your notebook, find out the possible number combinations, and among them find out the greatest number and smallest number, and you can write it in your text. Let's move on to the Max Lab activity. Objective: this game provides the opportunity to create, write and read numbers. Materials required: number cube, paper and pencil. Method: Step 1. Make groups of 2 students each. Each student will draw 3 horizontal lines on a piece of paper. Each line represents a place value. First row represents the hundreds, second row represents the tens, and the third row represents the ones. Step 2. Choose a goal. Make the greatest or the smallest 3-digit number. Once you decide, start rolling the number cube. Step 3. Each player rolls the number cube 3 times and writes the digits in the respective rows to make the largest or the smallest number. Example: if a student rolls 1 and the goal is to create the largest number, he or she should write the number in the ones place. Step 4. This game continues until both the players have filled in all the columns. The one who achieves the goal wins that round. So read the activity and do accordingly. You can do it along with your siblings or with your parents. Next, let's move on to a revision station, page number 92. So the first question, find the place value of the underlined digits. Let's look at the first number, 456, and we have to find out the place value of 5. So 5 comes in which position? Let's check. Ones, tens, 100. The number 5 comes in the tens position. So what is the place value? Find out and write it. In the next question, 987, we have to find out the place value of 7. You can see that the place value of 7 there comes in the ones position. So find out and write it. Second question, write the standard or short form of the following numbers. A, 400 plus 60 plus 5. So the number has been given in the expanded form. What we have to do? We have to write it in the short form. So the number 400 plus 60 plus 5 can be written in the short form 465. Question B, 900 plus 5. So how can we write it in the short form? We have only hundreds place and ones place. So 900 in the hundreds place. We don't have any number in the tens place. So just put a 0 there, and in the ones place we have 5 and we get the number 905. Let's move on to the third question. Write the expanded form of the following numbers. So we have to expand. We have been given in the short form. We have to write it in the expanded form. So 183, 786, 809, 980. So write these questions in the expanded form. Let's look at the fourth question. Form the largest and the smallest 3-digit numbers using the digits 9, 0 and 3. So the numbers 9, 0 and 3 have been given. We have to find out the possible numbers of these 3 digits and then find out the largest number and smallest number. So this you can write down in your notebook. Find the largest and smallest number and then you can write down in your text. The next one, write the given numbers in ascending and descending order. So the numbers 856, 980, 824, 999, 111 and 880 have been given. We have to write it in the ascending order and descending order. So find it out and write it. Look at the sixth question. Vikram has 555 seashells. Virat has 777 seashells. Who has more number of seashells? So Vikram is having 555 seashells. Virat is having 777 seashells. Who is having more number of seashells? How can you find out? Just look at the number in the hundreds place. In the number 555, 5 comes in the hundreds place. In the number 777, 7 comes in the hundreds place. So which is greater, 500 or 700? Yes, 700 is greater. So we can say 777 is greater. So who is having more number of seashells? Virat is having more number of seashells. Look at the 7th question. 868 marbles are placed in a red bag. 400 marbles are placed in a blue bag. Which bag has more number of marbles and how many more? So what you have to find out? There are marbles in red bag and blue bag. In red bag, there are 868 marbles and in a blue bag, we have 400 marbles. Which bag has more number of marbles? Is it 868 or 400 greater? We know that 868 is greater. So we know 868. So the bag, red bag, has more number of marbles. How many more? And we have to find out in this red bag how many more marbles are there. When you get such a question, here you have to subtract. When you have to find out how many more, you should subtract. So you can subtract 868 minus 400. So when you do this, first let's move on to the ones place. 8 minus 0 is equal to 8. 6 minus 0, 6. And in the hundreds place we have 8 minus 4. 8 minus 4 is 4. So the answer is 468. Now we have the worksheet, page number 93. Fill in the boxes. A, 496. You have to write it in the expanded form. So 496, you can write it in the hundreds, tens and ones place. So write it accordingly. The second question, color the truck blue that has the smallest number in each row. So you can see the trucks and you have to color the truck blue which is having the smallest number. So in the first row you have 414, 636 and 316. So which is the smallest number? Color that truck blue. The second question you have 577, 922 and 108. Find out the smallest number and color that truck blue. Third question, color the leaf green that has the largest number in each row. So you have in the first row 512, 266, 832. So find out the largest number and color that leaf green. The second one we have 119, 831 and 999. So find out the largest number and color that leaf green. So with this we finish our chapter. Hope you understood what all was taught in this chapter and do the exercises that is mentioned in this class. We'll be meeting with another new chapter. Till then, thank you.